Hi, you guys. It's your girl, Miss Confident. I know I look a mess, hair look a mess, everything looks a mess. But I just made a video and I decided, hey, I want to make another video. Okay, I was just checking how much time I had. Um, I just want to make another video since I'm feeling a little bit better. And this is just all authentic me, my spring water. Best water to drink is spring water. Thank you later. But yeah, I just wanted to make another video. This particular video is, of course, it's going to be about Teen Mom 2, the reunion, part one so far. So, am I the only one that gets mad about all of this part one, part two stuff? Like, they typically, I guess it's like the new trend with these reality shows and stuff like that because the Real Housewives of Atlanta does it, Married to Medicine, um a lot of other shows does it. So I'm just like, can you guys just give us everything in one part so we can just get on with our lives and end the season? But of course they're not going to do that, and sometimes they go to like part 3. But anyways, um I'm going to run down my opinion on part 1. Let's start with, I think the first person that they had on there was Kaylin. I have a love-hate relationship with Kaylin from the first episode of Teen Mom, not Teen Mom, sorry, but 16 and Pregnant. Kaylin was my favorite. She was my absolute favorite, and I've tried to stand in Kaylin's corner season after season of Teen Mom when she's totally been wrong and just a complete mess and a work in progress. But I just love Kaylin. I feel like she has a lot of childhood trauma, and people don't really know to the extent of how it can affect you as a person when you go through childhood trauma. Luckily, I'm not a childhood trauma. Um, I didn't have any childhood trauma like from my parents and just things like that. I didn't have a perfect childhood. I had, things that I dealt with as we all do, but I didn't have any like childhood trauma. Kaylin, she really doesn't have neither one of her parents around and things like that. So she's really had to go through a lot, but I'm not going to make any excuses up for her because I did that for so long. Now I feel like having 3 kids, she has to step up and take accountability for her wrongdoings, for her actions, you know, for so much that she's done to other people, that she's done to herself, that she's doing to her kids. And that's the thing. I think the only thing that gets to her, will wake her up, is her kids, to realize that, hey, you're creating a lot of instability in these kids' lives. I don't care how great of a co-parent system you have. When you're jumping from man to man and you're creating kids where you now have 3 kids by 3 different dads, you're being irresponsible, because 9 times out of 10, one thing I noticed when Dr. Drew asked Kaylin, like, do you think that you're going to have any more kids? And she looked down and she was like, no. 9 times out of 10, that truly mean yeah, but it's going to look bad if I say yes because I already have 3 kids by 3 different men. And that's what she has to understand. I feel I actually was talking to my husband about this, and I told him, I said, I think that she suffers from childhood trauma to the point where, if unless someone is treating her bad, she pulls away from them, because that's the behavior, that's the treatment that she's used to. She's used to being treated badly and trying to buy for someone's love. So when she actually got a guy that gave her all that love and treated her that particular type of way, Javi, who I don't think is perfect, but Javi, she pushed away and pulled away from him and things like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. I'm not gonna. This doesn't have anything to do with the reunion. But did you guys see on the previous episode, I think last week's episode, where she came home from the hospital with the baby and Javi brought Lincoln to the house, and Javi, that look on Javi's face with those tears in his eyes, and I wanted to cry. I almost lost it. I was like, I can't watch this because it was so sad. Okay, moving forward. And next, I think it was Leah, if I'm not mistaken. Leah looks absolutely beautiful. Kaylin looked beautiful too on the reunion. And I was staring, as you guys can see, I love red. I was staring so hard at Chelsea's hair. Even Janelle's hair looked great. I don't even think they showed Brianna yet. If they did, of course they showed her, but I don't think she had her segment yet of talking. So I can't really say a whole bunch about her. But Janelle, Chelsea, Leah, and Kaylin looked gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Um, but yeah, Leah, Dr. Drew asked her about Jeremy, and she had a little smirk on her face. She said that they didn't have anything going on, or they're just co-parenting really well. I hope she does not go back to Jeremy. Jeremy was a piece of shit. When Leah really went through a point in her life where she was depressed, where she was going through things, Jeremy jumped off of the ship as a husband, vice versa, as a wife, as a companion, as a friend. When your friend, when your husband, when your wife is going through something, they're going through a depression, they're going through terrible times. Maybe they're going through something that they weren't going through when you first met them. So it wasn't what you bargained. That's your duty. Once you say I do, to stick around and at least try to help them get through whatever it is, especially her having Leah having your daughter and you being out of town all the time. So it's not like you could have got custody of Addie and raised her because you were always working and things like that. It was your job to make sure that as a stepfather to her girls and as a father to Addie, as a wife, as a husband to Leah, it was your duty and your job to make sure that Leah was okay and that you tried your hardest. And if it got to the point where you tried everything and it absolutely did not work, or Leah was resisting help, then I understand if you wanted divorce. But you jumped off that ship a little too quickly and abandoned Leah. So I hope Leah moves on. I hope she stays moved on. I pray and put it on her life that God sends her an awesome, awesome, awesome husband, an awesome stepfather for her girls. And let's move on to Chelsea. Um, I felt so weird when Chelsea was talking about Cole and Dr. Drew. It's like, I don't really think Dr. Drew is buying Chelsea has this perfect life with Cole. And I'm not saying that I'm not buying it. I don't think that she would have a reason because she's been so vocal and so open in the past when anybody she's dated wasn't, you know what I mean, or Adam wasn't ideal. So I don't think that she would lie if anything was going on. I don't know. But when she was just talking about Cole, like, oh my God, he's such a good guy, like you guys don't know, and all of that, Dr. Drew was just looking like, you finish or you done. Dr. Drew, Dr. Drew was looking like, okay, like, you anymore? You got anything else to say about this man? Like, he was not buying it. And I've never seen him like that with when the girl was just gushing about her guy. He was just like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. So I don't know if he's not believing Chelsea or he's just like, you're just making this to be too much. And I don't think, what are you guys' opinion on Chelsea and Cole being in a rush to have more babies? My personal opinion is I think that it's going to be overwhelming. I think that they're pretty good where they are, to be honest. Um, if they wanted to have another or more kids, I think they should have one more, and wait until Watson is at least two or three. Because they're just getting married. They haven't had a whole bunch of time to even just get to know each other because Aubrey was already in the picture and then they had Watson. So I just think they need to slow down a little bit and get to know each other more, take some trips, get some them time, and see where they go from there. Who is next? Janelle. Janelle. She truly leaves me she okay. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my time. But if Janelle, she truly leaves me speechless. It's like every time I try to get to like Janelle or I try to be understanding of her, and it's not that I don't like Janelle, don't get me wrong. I think she has grown a lot. But I think Janelle's downfall is always that she needs a man to put her in the position that she should be in. She never wants Jace until a man comes around and says, you should get Jace. It's like her mother says, if you wanted Jace, you would have gotten Jace a long time ago. Or when you are in between relationships, you would get Jace. You would better yourself and get Jace. But you always only want Jace when a man comes around and tells you that you should, or judges you for your child not being in your household, instead of understanding that, hey, that's just her situation. So let me support let me support what it is. David, I really don't like that. It's not that I don't like David, it's not that I do like David. I'm just in the middle. It's some things that he do like. My thing is, how can you get mad at people calling you controlling, or calling you saying something's not right, or you're mysterious and all these things, but then you sit up there in the middle of a reunion and tell Janelle, I'm leaving. You can come if you want. You can come if you want. And she's saying, babe, what's wrong? What's going on? You can talk to me in the car. You can come if you. It's like, Janelle is going to come. She's not going to sit there because she's insecure. So her mind is, I'm going to lose my man if I don't get up and go. Even though she doesn't want to go, she's embarrassed that she got up and even left like that. I can assure you she was embarrassed. But like she said, that's my husband. So I have to, and it's just like, y'all know y'all need this MTV money. Y'all know you just built that house. You just had the wedding there. Them funds need to be dropped back in the account. So like, stop doing all that you're doing before you get the boot like Farrah, and just do what you're supposed to do. Answer the question. Stop getting mad. You put your life on a platform, and I don't feel like Dr. Drew asked her anything that was making her upset. Those questions were making David upset, and probably for a reason, because they were pointing out the truth on the situations and what was going on. With her mom, I feel like Janelle needs to reconcile with her mom. I feel like she needs to be more sympathetic to her mom, because she has to realize, the same way that you look at Jace is your child, to your mom, Jace is her child, because she raised Jace ever since he was a little baby, fresh out of you, fresh out your boom boom. And I feel like you're just saying, you want to keep my son away. Jace is attached to your mom. Your mom is attached to Jace. You have to understand that sometimes people think that they are entitled because that's their blood. Sometimes you can be merely a vessel to get somebody here, and you're really not more of a mom than the person that's not the mom, if you follow what I'm saying. So I think she needs to definitely reconcile with her mom, because when these men go, she's always running back to her mom and da 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 da, and you're pissing me off and all. Like, just stop it. Like, your mom passed away, God forbid tomorrow you're gonna be a mess. You're going to regret a lot. So stop saying you hate her, you don't love her, you don't this and that. You do, and she loves you, and it's absolutely shown. I'm not going to talk about Brianna in this particular video, because I've already went to talk too much, for one. And for two, I don't even, unless I missed it. I might have missed it, but let me know if he covered some of Brianna's statement and I just missed it, because you guys know I want to do a video on Brianna and Javi, and I'm at the end of this video, so I don't have enough time. But I definitely want to talk about that, because that's like, I'm gonna give my opinion on that. So let me know what you guys thought about the season. I don't even know what season we on. Teen Mom 2 Reunion Part 1. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought, and those were my opinions. If I missed anything, let me know. Let me know who was your favorite. What was your favorite look? Who looked the best? Who looked the worst? Whose story was the best? Whose story was the worst? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember to stay confident. Love you guys.